Hey guys, welcome to another video on the Inside Spurs channel. Happy Friday afternoon. Hope you're well, hope you're looking after yourself, and you look forward to a good weekend. Obviously, game day tomorrow, so we're talking a little bit about the Wolves game and what to expect, some stats and figures, a bit more of an in-depth look, and obviously team news as well as my prediction. And we do obviously have, as you can kind of see on the thumbnail, and we're going to be talking a little bit more about Raphinha. I had the net up there because I thought it ties in nicely with the Wolves preview. You see the method to my madness. But yeah, we'll talk about that as well. Just want to say, if you're new, subscribe. You're very much welcome to join us. And we did, by the way, overnight, we did go over 1,900 subs. So thank you to everyone that has subbed. It's been it's quite a little fun little journey and on the road to 2,000, which would be quite cool. But let's talk the Wolves preview to start. So first and foremost, I'm just going to talk about some of the team news. And this came out literally not long ago. And it was from Ange talking about the Spurs team news, and it is not good, I will say that. And he said Pedro Porro picked up a strain at training, probably a couple of weeks for him. Desi Adogi picked up a knock, not too serious, game next weekend, should be back. And Fraser Forster, a fracture in his foot, is probably a couple of months. So you'll probably find Brandon Austin's going to be on the bench now, going forward as the number 2 goalkeeper. Destiny, he reckons he's going to be back for the Palace game. Okay, not the end of the world. And for Pedro Porro, probably looking the game after the postponement of the Chelsea one. So, ironically, the Chelsea postponement is kind of helping us because, look, we'll have Destiny back, obviously, but Pedro missing a couple of weeks, well, that fit in nicely. He should be back after that sort of mini break that we have after that. Obviously, looking at some more team news for Spurs, Lo Celso should be in the squad. So that is at least one that's coming back, and it gives us a little bit of a different option to bring on into the midfield as well, which I think will be nice. Especially if we need to get a bit more of tempo controller. I think that's the thing. Lo Celso maybe separates himself from other midfielders, including Maddison. I think he can control the tempo a little bit better. Whereas Maddison is a guy that kind of shoves it into 4th and 5th gear, whereas Lo Celso can kind of bring it down into a 3rd gear if we need to slow things down. Son obviously will make look like he will probably make his first start. Sessegnon, I think, is stepping up his fitness, but I don't expect to see him in this game. It's probably safe to say Ben Davies will start with Emerson at right back. We'll talk about that in a minute. And Solomon, are missing out. In terms of Wolves, they're fairly healthy. The big one is the missing Cunha. He's out injured now. I think it was a hamstring injury, and they reckon he's going to be out for quite a while. Don't know about that. Hopefully it's nothing too serious, obviously. I was looking at their team for last weekend, and there was a 2-0 loss at home to Brentford. And I'll put it on the screen so you can see. So Sarr was in goal, back 3 of Max Kilman, Craig Dawson and Gomez. The midfield 4, obviously 2 wing-backs being Semedo and Aït-Nouri. Lamina and Gomez in the midfield with Sarabia, Cunha and Neto as the front 3, sort of interchanging. Obviously, I think as Cunha drops out, you'll find that Hwang Hee-chan will drop in. So the drop-off isn't going to be massive between the two, but obviously that depth now has been removed because Cunha's been injured and Hwang has to come in. It's still a strong team. And they're 11th in the league at the moment. They're a team I used to not like watching Wolves. I used to find them a bit boring, you look, they never used to score that many goals. Gary O'Neill's changed that, and actually they play some good football. I think they're I was on a podcast and I said they remind me a bit like Spurs, Gary O'Neill and Ange kind of thing. The players have just bought into them. They love playing for the manager. They love playing for the fans. And I think Gary O'Neill was a good manager. So he was unlucky with the Bournemouth situation. Ironically, it's worked out sort of for both teams anyway. But he's done a very good job at Wolves. And this is a decent team. When you look at the bench, maybe the bench isn't as great as what it could be. But when you look at the team, you've got Neto. We've talked about him on this channel a lot. Quality player. Cunha, quality player. Hwang Hee-chan's been, before he went to the Asian Cup, very, very good. We look at into the midfield, Lamina, I didn't expect him to do as well as he has, and he's actually outperformed that, and he's done very well this season. João Gomez, obviously, into the midfield. We've spoken about him on this channel as another really, really good player. So, look, I'm not going to take stock out of a 2-0 loss at home to Brentford. Brentford have hit this weird run of form, in terms of how they've done with everything. But, I'm just going to go through some stats. I've written these down. And, 11th in league, 9 wins, 5 draws and 10 losses. So quite balanced in a way. Within that, though, You know, you think 24 games played, 37 goals. So they do score goals. They also concede them. They scored 30. They've conceded 39. So they concede as well as they score. So not a team to count out if you're 1-0 up, you know. When we look at some of the averages in terms of like shots conceded and attempted, they concede 14 shots per game as they attempt 12. So look, you're going to have chances to score against Wolves, but they will create enough against you. They are just below 50% in possession stats. They're 46%, and they do average just over 4 corners per game. I feel like I'm helping people with their builder bets. Yeah, if you're a betting man, I'm helping you build bets now. Pay attention. So Cunha has been there, in theory, statistically wise, and averages per game, their best player of the season, with Neto being second and Hwang Hee-chan being third. Look, they're a good outfit. I feel like I'm a cliche manager, but they're a good outfit and an outfit. You know that we can't be taken lightly. I've just remembered we play this weekend, but we don't play for 2 weeks. Palace is after that, so look, you have Destiny and Porro back for both of those, which is good. But yeah, I think, look, this game, I think what you can expect from the team to look like, I think you've Vicaro's in goal, Davies and Emerson being your fullbacks, Van der Ven and Romero being your centre-halves. I think when you're bringing in 2 new fullbacks, you're going to need the strong 2 in the back of those to try and help them out. Your midfield 3, I think it'll be Basuma. I think they'll give Bentancur a little bit of a rest, give Basuma a start with Sarr and Maddison. So the midfield 3 that were, well, the midfield 3 when we're top of the league. And then the front 3, I think you'll see Sonny. I think you'll see Richarlison. I think you'll see Kulu, but he does have to play well because he's not played well enough. Now he's had little moments and little spurts, 15 minutes after half time against Brighton, but for the first 45, wasn't at the races. He needs a good performance. He does. My key battle. I think it's the midfield for this time. Lamina and Gomez. You think they're going to be wanting to kind of, not in a bad way, but kick Maddison a little bit, get him off his game. I think Sarr's going to be quite important. But if Basuma's rocking and rolling, we will rock and roll with him. That's genuinely how I feel. And we're going to have to be patient. They're going to be, at times, really difficult to break down. But look, if Spurs hit 4th gear for long enough, they will win this game. That's how I feel about this game. So I'm going to go for a 2-1 win Spurs. I think my goal scorers, I'm going to go Richie and I'm going to go Son. I'm going to go for the 2 attackers that are getting all the goals for us. But we shall see. Let me know, obviously, what you think about the game, by the way. You tell me everything. I want to know. Maybe I'm an idiot. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's talk about Raphinha, though. And it came from Sport Witness, and they said that Tottenham are ready to pay up to 70 million euros for signing. Spurs have been dragged into the transfer picture. On Wednesday, Giantes in Spain explained that Tottenham have offered 60 million euros for Frenkie de Jong. We knew that wasn't true. But he said that relayed by today's Sport, who have added in the midfielder is one of the players the Liga side are planning to sell after the season. So a little bit of info on the Frenkie de Jong situation that we're not going to be in there. I debunked it, which I was really happy to. And then all the main sources afterwards debunked it with me, which was a little tick in my box. Raphinha, though, will be getting sold. If they get a good enough offer, he will be getting sold because Lamine Yamal has come in. They still have Ferran Torres. I don't know what they want to do with João Felix. You still have Lewandowski. Ansu Fati will be coming back. So you have plenty of attacking options into the midfield. You have Gundo, you have Pedri, Gavi, Oriol Romeu, but I think he's moving. I think they're playing Andres Christensen, the Chelsea centre-half. Do you remember him? I think he's been playing in midfield recently. Obviously Frankie as well. Look, they've got a lot of options in that team, but there is a need to sell in this Barca team, and the issue that they're going to have if Spurs is, let's play a hypothetical game, if Spurs are the most keen on Raphinha, Spurs aren't going to do you any favours because they know you need to sell. So you'll go, I want 70 million euros, and Spurs will go, here's an offer of 40, and you're going to go, what? No, we want 70. Spurs will go, okay, 42. And they're going to pull you all the way down to somewhere where they want to be. And that's the issue Barca are having. They don't have positions of strength on this matter. They want to sell. Everyone knows you need to sell. They're not going to give you what you want. And that's a situation. And because when you compare it to Neto's situation, Neto is a guy, one of the best players in the league this season. Obviously had that bit of a big injury with the hamstring. But other than that, he's been fantastic this season. He's younger. He's probably going to cost you a lot less. Not on a transfer fee. In a transfer fee, he's probably going to cost you 20 or 30 million more. but on wages he's going to cost you less because look, Raphinha's on over 200 grand a week. Neto's going to be paid 100, 120 because he's on about 50. You double his wages, you know. So if Raphinha is genuinely what Spurs want, and by the way, both would be very good in this system. I do genuinely think Raphinha would be really good at Spurs. He works defensively, by the way, works very hard. He gives you what Kulu does defensively. He works very hard. He gets stuck in. He has no issues putting a foot in or making a tackle, by the way, which is something that Andrew will love. He has also the ability to create. He has pace. He has all these things that, you know, maybe Kulu doesn't have, that pace and that quick twitch. That's why it's a bit different, but we shall see on him. I do see those two guys, Neto and Raphinha, being the main two guys, but there might be someone else that might creep in, and I think we will see someone creep into that list as well. You know, maybe it's a Rooney Bargy, I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, guys, at the end of the video, hope you enjoyed. Drop a like on the video if you did. Hit me in the comment section your thoughts and feelings about the game. Obviously tomorrow, 3 o'clock kickoff at home to Wolves, and as well as the Raphinha news. When your thoughts and feelings about both those, subscribe if you're new and hit the notification for more. But anyway, guys, in the video, I'll see you all very, very soon. Take care, guys.